Hi there, it's Jennifer, and I'm here today to do a tag. It's the 100 questions no one ever asks tag, and I was tagged by Donna, the real Minucci, so thanks for tagging me, Donna. And anyway, so let me go ahead and get started with these 100 questions. I'll try not to elaborate too long on these. Okay, so do you sleep with your closet doors open or closed? Open, and I do that because I'm looking right now to see if my pantry door is open even. I have a cat, and cats get into stuff and they get closed into things, and I'm always afraid I'm going to shut her into the closet because sometimes she hides in there. So I sleep with it open. Do you take the shampoos and conditioner bottles from hotels? Yes, I do. Actually, I keep a little basket in my guest bathroom, and it's got a little assortment of shampoos and conditioners and lotions and things like that. So if guests come and they forget something, they can use those. Do you sleep with your sheets tucked in or out? Well, when I sleep with the side of the sheets out. Have you stolen a street sign before? Okay, I said I wasn't going to elaborate, but I've got to elaborate on this one. I have not stolen a street sign, but when I was in high school, I did take one of those construction things. You know how they have those things that are kind of like a wooden stand and it's got a flashing beacon on it. I took one of those when I was in high school and then put it in front of the bedroom window of a guy that I liked. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Do you like to use Post-it notes? I do. I don't use them obsessively, but I do use Post-it notes. Do you cut out coupons and never use them? Yeah, I'm guilty of that. Let's see, would you rather be attacked by a bear or a swarm of bees? Well, neither. But I guess I would, if I had to choose, I would probably choose the bees because, for a couple of reasons. One, I think I would have a better chance surviving an attack by bees than by a bear. And also, I took a class last summer and I had to do a presentation about bees. And one of the things that I learned was that you can actually outrun bees. It may take you a little while before you outrun them, but you will outrun them. Don't play dead, they'll just attack you. Don't jump in water, they'll wait for you. But if you run, you have a chance of surviving that. Okay, do you have freckles? Yes. Do you always smile for pictures? Yes. What's your biggest pet peeve? Okay, I hate being tapped. And when I was a classroom teacher, and you know, kids are always like, Mrs. Pryor, Mrs. Pryor. Anyway, I can't stand it. And I used to say to my kids on the first day of school, listen, I'm a really nice teacher. I'm a nice person, but don't tap me because I cannot be held responsible for what I will do to you. If you tap me, just lay your hand on my arm and I will answer your question. And then I married a drummer who taps everything. And when I remember when we were dating, he like had his arm around me at one point and I said to him, what song's in your head? And he said, what do you mean? And I said, because you're playing it on my arm. So yeah, so I can't seem to get away from tapping. Okay, let's see, where am I? Do you ever count your steps when you walk? I don't actually count them, but I wear a pedometer, so I'm always aware of the number of steps I'm taking. The goal is to try to get 10,000 steps a day. Have you ever peed in the woods? Yes. Camping, hiking, whatever. Then have you ever pooped in the woods? I imagine I probably have, but I couldn't tell you the last time I did. I'd prefer not to. Do you ever dance if there's no music playing? I don't think so. Do you chew on your pens and pencils? No. How many people have you slept with this week? Well, let's see. I'm married, so there's only going to be one person that I'm sleeping with, and it's Monday, so the answer to that question is 0 this week. Okay, what size is your bed? It's a king. What is your song of the week? I don't really have one. Is it okay for guys to wear pink? Sure, I think guys can pull off pink. My husband doesn't wear pink. Well, no. He works in healthcare and he works with a lot of women, and during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, is it month or week? Whatever. He went out and bought a pink shirt that he could wear to work in support of everybody. Usually it's just the women wearing pink, but he did that. Do you still watch cartoons? No. I mean, we used to watch King of the Hill, which is a cartoon, but not really. What's your least favorite movie? I don't know that I have a least favorite movie, but I don't like stupid humor movies like Dumb and Dumber or things like that, or any movie that has like impending disaster. If stuff's happening, you just know somebody's going to get in trouble or something really bad is going to happen. I can't stand movies like that. They just agitate me. Okay, where would you bury hidden treasure if you had some? Well, I certainly wouldn't tell anybody on YouTube. Announce to the world where I'd hide my buried treasure, yeah. What do you drink with dinner? Usually water. What do you dip a chicken nugget in? I don't like chicken nuggets, and I'm not really a huge fan of chicken. So, what's your favorite food? Pasta. What movies could you watch over and over again and still love? I'm just kind of a sucker for romantic comedies. So, let's see. Okay, the last person you kissed, that would be my husband this morning before he left for work. Were you ever a Girl Scout? Yes, and a brownie. Would you ever strip or pose nude in a magazine? No, and I can tell you that no one would ever want to see it anyway. Okay, when was the last time you wrote a letter to someone on paper? That was actually just a couple of months ago. I have a coworker who has been battling an illness, and I sent him a card. Can you change the oil in your car? No. Ever got a speeding ticket? Yes. Ever ran out of gas? No. What's your favorite kind of sandwich? I'm not a big sandwich fan, but my favorite kind of sandwich is the original at Schlotzsky's on sourdough. With their Louisiana hot sauce on it. That's really yummy. It's making my mouth water just talking about it. Okay, best thing to eat for breakfast. If I'm out for breakfast, I like to get Eggs Benedict. If I'm home, probably a smoothie. What's your usual bedtime? 10:30, something like that. Are you lazy? No, I'm always busy doing something. BusyBeingJen, that's the name of my channel. Yeah, not lazy. When you were a kid, what did you dress up for as Halloween? Or what did you dress up as for Halloween? My parents did not buy us costumes. Not because they couldn't afford it, but because they wanted us to create our own costumes. We had so much fun doing that. My brothers and I would plan for weeks what we were gonna be before Halloween. And one year I was Raggedy Ann, and I took like a ruffle and sewed it on the bottom of some shorts, and then had a little short dress, so the ruffle showed out below that, and a little apron thing. And then I took, it was like one of those, people don't even use these anymore, but they're like those sleeping hair net things, and they have little holes all over them. And I took one of those, and I spent weeks with red yarn, tying these things, tufts of red yarn through those holes. So I had this big red Raggedy Ann wig. I was so proud of that costume. All right. Okay, what is your Chinese astrological sign? I have no idea. How many languages can you speak? I speak English, and I can speak a little bit of Spanish, but I don't do very well carrying on a conversation. I used to be better. I spent a summer in Mexico, and I was better at Spanish then. Do you have any magazine subscriptions? Yes, quite a few. Cooking and gardening mostly. Which is better, Legos or Lincoln Logs? I grew up with Lincoln Logs, but I think I like Legos because they're colorful. Are you stubborn? I don't think so. I mostly like things to work out, so I'm willing to compromise. Who's better, Leno or Letterman? I never really watched Leno, so I guess I'd have to say Letterman. Although I don't stay up usually late enough to watch, late night television. Ever watch soap operas? I did a long time ago, but I don't anymore and haven't for a very long time. Are you afraid of heights? No. Do you sing in the car? Yeah, sometimes. Do you sing in the shower? No. Do you dance in the car? No. Ever used a gun? I don't like guns. I have shot a gun. My husband and his family are into guns, and I have been to a shooting range, and I have shot a gun, but I just was freaked out by guns. When I was in high school, our next door neighbors had some kids that I used to babysit for, and their little boy, who was 8 years old, was accidentally shot and killed with a gun. Just somebody picked up a gun. It was supposed to be empty. It fired and it shot him, and that freaked me out. So, okay, last time you got a portrait taken by a photographer. That was actually not too long ago. I'm getting promoted at work. There's a kind of a reception thing, and so they had me come in and get my picture taken. So, do you think musicals are cheesy? Some of them are cheesy, but I think some are fun. Is Christmas stressful? Not too much. I try not to make Christmas too terribly dramatic, so it's not very stressful. I like Christmas. Ever eat a pierogi? No. Favorite type of fruit pie? I'm really not into pie that much, but I suppose if I had to eat a piece of fruit pie, it would be cherry. Occupations you wanted to be when you were a kid? Singer. Yeah, when I was in high school, I really wanted to be a country singer. I sing and I play the guitar, and I really wanted to be a country singer, but yeah, I didn't become one. So, okay, do you believe in ghosts? No. Have you ever had a deja vu feeling? Yes. I don't remember the last time I had one, but I did read somewhere that what happens when you have a deja vu moment is that there's sort of like a weird thing that happens in your brain, and then you remember, like a skip in your brain, and then what you're remembering, like you think it's happened before, is really that you're just remembering what happened in the few seconds before that. So anyway, that kind of takes a cool experience and makes it not so cool anymore. Okay, do you take a daily vitamin? Yes. Do you wear slippers? I do. Do you wear a bathrobe? I always wear a bathrobe in the winter. Where I live, it's cold and it's freezing when you get out of the shower. I don't wear one so much in the summer. What do you wear to bed? Usually a night shirt. What was your first concert? In my freshman year of high school, I saw the Isley Brothers. I don't even know if I knew who they were at the time. It was the 70s, you know. So, okay, Walmart, Target, or Kmart? Target, definitely. Nike or Adidas? I'm not sure. I have a preference. Cheetos or Fritos? I don't eat either. Peanuts or sunflower seeds? I would say peanuts. Ever hear the group Tres Bien? No. Ever take dance lessons? No. Is there a profession you picture your future spouse doing? No. Whatever he wants to do is fine. So, can you curl your tongue? Yes. Ever won a spelling bee? I've never won a spelling bee, but I was always a good speller. So I'm sure I've done pretty well in spelling bees in school. Have you ever cried because you were so happy? Yes. I don't cry all the time when I'm happy, but 2 moments in particular I can remember. I had the privilege of being able to watch 2 of my girlfriends give birth to their babies, and I mean, I can't even imagine the pain of, I don't have kids, so I can't even imagine the pain of going through childbirth, but when those 2 little babies I got to see came into the world, these were on 2 separate occasions, I just fell apart. You know, just crying, and both times there was a nurse in the room who looked at me and said, "Are you going to be okay?" Because it was the most amazing thing. So, do you own any record albums? Yes. I actually have some old albums from when I was a kid. I have the Monkees and Bobby Sherman and Donny Osmond and the Jackson 5, things like that. Do you own a record player? Yes. Several years ago, my husband and I purchased a record player because we had albums, and we still don't listen to them. Okay. Do you regularly burn incense? No. Have you ever been in love? Yes. And I'm madly in love with my husband. Who would you like to see in concert? Probably Lady Antebellum. And just recently I saw that the band Perry was going to be doing a concert at the university where I work, and I was really excited about going to see that, and then I found out it was a students only concert, so that was a bummer. Okay, what was the last concert you saw? Probably last summer at the amphitheater here in Flagstaff, I saw the Tedeschi Truck Band. Let's see, hot tea or cold tea? Hot in the winter, cold in the summer. Tea or coffee? Probably coffee. I don't drink a lot, but I drink 1 cup in the morning. Sugar cookies or snickerdoodles? Neither. Can you swim well? I swim okay. Can you hold your breath without holding your nose? Yes. Are you patient? I would probably not say that I'm patient, but I'm not terribly impatient either. I don't like to wait, but if I have to, I will. DJ or band at a wedding? If it's a good band, then a band. If it's not a good band, then a DJ. Okay, ever won a contest? I don't win contests very often. I don't even remember the last time. Have you ever had plastic surgery? Well, for my 50th birthday, I treated myself to getting my muffin top sucked out. So yes. Which are better, black olives or green? I like both. Can you knit or crochet? I can knit. Best room for a fireplace? I think the living room. Do you want to get married? Well, I am married, and I wanted to get married, and I'm happy I'm married. If you're married, how long have you been married? This August will be 19 years for us. Who was your high school crush? I had a crush for a very long time on this guy named Greg. He broke my heart. I cried over him for months, and anyway. Let's see, do you cry and throw a fit to get your own way? No. I try to make my case very strongly, but I don't cry and throw a fit. Okay, do you have kids? No. Do you want to have kids? No. My husband and I made a decision not to have kids. I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I probably would have had a difficult time having children. So I think I was always kind of thinking in the back of my mind that I probably, there was a good chance I wouldn't have kids, and then my husband really didn't want kids, and by the time I got married, I was 32, and I already kind of moved on with my career, and so we just chose not to have kids. What's your favorite color? Purple. Do you miss anyone right now? I don't know that there's anyone that I'm just like heart aching missing, but my friend Beth comes to mind. I haven't seen her, and I don't see her, well, I probably saw her last year. I don't see her as often. We used to live in the same town. She was one of my best friends, and I miss her. And who are you going to tag to do this video next? Well, if you're out there and you've not done this tag and you want to, then I tag you. So anyway, I hope this was interesting for you. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you again on Busy Being Jen. Bye-bye, you guys. Take care.